Good morning, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Happy Transformation Tuesday. Let me roll up my windows. I hope everybody is doing well on this Transformation Tuesday. I feel great this week. If you ask me what has changed between other weeks and this week in terms of the variables and the things that I deal with on a regular day-to-day basis, the answer is actually nothing. My work is pretty much the same. My life is essentially the same. I still didn't hit the lotto. Nothing really new is going on. But the reason why I feel great this week is a simple one. I finally had a chance to get away and do things that were not like, oh, I'm trying to be busy and productive. It was just more, it's just basically, I'm going away for the weekend to do something that I enjoy doing, to see people that I enjoy being around, and to not have any real responsibilities except for completing those missions. So when I first got away, there was so much going on Friday. Good morning, Colleen. There was just so much going on Friday, and I was extremely overwhelmed. And I was like, man, this is the worst possible weekend to have some kind of getaway weekend, because I am too stressed to even fathom going somewhere and enjoying myself. I like to feel, when I know that I'm leaving to go somewhere, I like to feel like I'm winding down. But I didn't feel like I was winding down. I was leaving things behind that I had to do. And I was just thinking about falling behind on different things, work and tasks and things that I had to do as I was leaving. And I mentioned this before, but I had planned to leave at about noon on Friday. But because of work meetings and stuff that were unplanned and unscheduled and unaccounted for emergencies, I ended up leaving more like 6:30, and then there was a major accident in Connecticut. So a 3-hour trip became a 6-hour trip. So it was just a lot going on. So I remember Friday, spent a little time with my friend, went to sleep, and then got up to do this race. I didn't feel some kind of supreme motivation to race. I was just like, I'm here. Matter of fact, my motivation for the race was that the race was gifted to me by Spartan Race. So that's the reason why I ended up doing that particular race. And it was time sensitive. So it was like, if you don't do the race by this time, then you're not going to be able to do the race at all. Like, they gave me like a limited time code on how long I had to. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, the two locations that I saw that were closest to me, because I knew that I did not have travel money this time around, aside from just putting gas in my gas tank, were Washington, D.C. and Boston. I considered Washington, but the reason I chose Boston, as some people know, is that I lived there for 6 years. I have some friends and family there. Well, not really family, but friends that are like family there. So that's the reason why I ended up going there. Two birds with one stone. When I completed the race, I felt fantastic. And when I say I felt fantastic, I felt fantastic. The last time that I felt anything close to that good after finishing a race was April 16. April 16 was the day that I lost my dad. And I had plans to go see him that particular day. I was in the best race shape of my life that particular day. So I did this race in the morning. I got a personal record time. I was hype. I looked at the video again. I have the whole video on my page. I was hype. And then I got home. I came home. I was showering, getting ready. All right, I'm going to go see my dad. And I would show my dad, even though I don't know how much of it he understood or recognized by that point, but I would show him the pictures, videos, medals. I'd be like, look, Dad, I did it. He would look at it. So that's what I was planning to do that day. And then I get this call at a certain point. I was dragging my feet a little bit, and I get this call. Took his last breath, I think 2:04 p.m., something to that effect. And I was like, now I felt guilt, because I was like, if I had not done this race, or if I had hustled up and got here a little bit sooner, I was doing something that was just for me only. And if I had just said, you know what, let me go see him, let me not do this race on this particular day, I would have gotten to see there and be there with him on his last day. But over time, I started to realize that hindsight is 20/20. But I say all that to say, I have not enjoyed a race since then. That was May, June, July, August. That was 16 months ago. And I have done a decent amount of races since then, from then till now. And I used to enjoy every single one of them like it was the greatest day of my life. Crossed that finish line and I feel so happy. I just kept putting them on my schedule, hoping, hi JCT, hoping that I would start enjoying them again. Hoping. And it just wasn't happening. And then my trainer asked me, like, do you still want to do these? And I was like, I don't know. I'm still doing them, but do I want to do them? That's the question of the day. I couldn't really come up with an answer to that because, like I said, the joy was missing. But I kept going. I kept doing them. I kept doing them. I kept doing them. The one that I went to on Saturday, I didn't have any kind of training that I did for it. You know, I've been doing my little bit of training here and there, but I've been really consistent with that. So I just kind of went, and I was there more for the visit than for the race. So I did the race, and I'm going through, I'm talking to people, you know, a little bit, and then I'm just going, and I don't know why, but I felt physically very good, and I felt mentally very good at the same time. I was having a lot of fun. And then after the race, got something to eat, came back to where I was staying, showered because those races are dirty, then, you know, hung out with friends, repeated it all the next day. And then after that, yeah, I had a second race the following day. And then when I came home, I got home late because I was just so tired. But I guess I say all of that to say, if I had to pinpoint a reason why I feel good, it's because I don't know how to put things down. I don't know how to put things down mentally and emotionally. So what I mean by that is I'll have so many different things on my plate. I'll have to work. I have to maintain things with family. I have side work. You know, I actually still do peer counseling. Even though I do case management as my 9 to 5 bread and butter, I have people, I have clients. I have independent clients now that I speak to outside of the environment, And it's not nothing to have clients. You have to keep up on them. You have to, no matter how your day went, because I plug these people in after my work day, I have to just leave all that at the door and be willing to, well, not even be willing, but show the ability to put all that down to be able to pick up this next person's problems and not drag in anything that I've dealt with at work into their session, because that has nothing to do with them. I feel strongly that everything that you face and everything that you put on your plate should not be put on your client base, because that has nothing to do with them. They have their own problems. They have their own life. On YouTube, it's a little bit different for me because my life is part of my page. I try very hard not to let those things impact others. But yeah, why I felt great was because 6 hours in the car. I spent 6 hours in the car getting from New York to Boston, as I said, because of the accident. And then I had a couple of races to do. I had a few people to meet with, and essentially the time it took to do those things did not allow for me to do much else. I did hop on YouTube for a little bit, but aside from that, I didn't do any work that I was planning to do, and I didn't do any side projects. I had emails to answer. So it was really the first time in I don't know how long that I just had 3 full days of, I'm not going to call it nothing, but 3 full days of things that I did not have to think strenuously about, plan, emails to answer, work to do. Like, it was just 3 uninterrupted days of just pretty much peace and quiet and self-care and things that I enjoy. And it wasn't anything fancy. I wasn't in Hawaii. I wasn't in Mexico, like I wasn't in some kind of vacation spot. I was in Massachusetts. But really, that time represented something that I don't experience here in New York, and made me realize that you need those mental breaks sometimes to be able to come back. Because yesterday, I had one of my most productive days at work that I have had in months. And it was because, in my opinion, it was because of the ability to have that relaxation. If I didn't say good morning, Lisa. I've never seen you wear them before. I used to wear them. These are not prescription glasses. I actually got these glasses from one of these shows that I went to. It might have been the Sherri Shepherd show. Sherri Shepherd, and it was during that fad. I forget what these glasses are called. The clear glasses that are supposed to protect your eyes from when you're looking at a computer screen or looking at a tablet or whatever for a long time over the course of a day. That's what they're allegedly for. So that's what I got them for. I mean, I didn't get them. I was given them as a show gift. And if you happen to remember my interview with Sam, Circle Sam, I put these glasses on when I was asking her the question about Tamira. I forgot what her name was on the show, but the girl who said that she was a makeup artist, but she actually was not a makeup artist, and she had her notebook. So this was one of my props in that interview, and I just happened to find the bag. I had one of those, I don't know what to call them, but those like mini suitcase bags. You know how people used to have actual briefcases, and now they just have those small fabric ones that you can put folders and stuff in them. I had one of those, and I didn't know where it was. Well, it's not that I was even looking for it, so I can't say I didn't know where it was. but it had my cue cards that I had made for that interview. It had these glasses in it. It had a bunch of things, some impromptu notes that I had taken down. And it was kind of interesting to find it now because I dropped that interview on August 29th of last year on my dad's birthday, on what would have been my dad's birthday. So it was kind of cool. It kind of brought me back to that time. That was a good time. Is this frozen? Hold on.